Hi, Karl Griggs from CPC Finance, and today I'm with Sanjay Kumar, partner of Savoys, at their offices to see how things are going.
All right, Karl?
Yeah, good. So what are you up to?
Sitting in with you at the moment.
Take it back, or let's get some history. I know people know what Savoys are doing now, but where did your journey start into property?
So as we mentioned on our podcast before and our reels on Savoys, I'm a jeweler by trade and inherited the family business. And in 2016, I went full-time into property. But prior to that, in our early youthful days, shall we say, myself and Malkit went into the buy-to-let market where we built one-bedroom houses, rented them out. At the time, you were getting 100, 110% mortgages, so it was a good time for us to purchase those houses. We then moved on to HMOs.
Just on that point, what made you go into HMOs? Where did the idea come from? Because you were doing it, as far as I'm aware, a lot earlier than a lot of the market.
Yes, I think when we were doing it, we saw, myself and Malkit had a conversation. I think Malkit had heard this from somebody else, and we realised that the income was quite good on HMOs. But the way people had actually designed their HMOs, there were shared facilities, as in that the toilets were shared and the baths were shared. So we looked at the model and thought, well, actually, this is quite good for generating income. Yep. But how do we better it? How do we make our own? So if you've seen our photographs and our journey, you'll see how our projects have changed from, I think we started in 2013, from then to now, how it's sort of evolved and how we've got better and, I'd say better, but better and made it our own product.
You've sort of done a unique, not unique, but you put your sort of own signature on each type of property, but that filters through all the properties.
All the properties, exactly, because we try and future-proof. So I had a conversation with somebody last week about it. There are some guidelines and for HMOs, if you have 2 stories, 3 stories, you've got to put fire alarms and et cetera, et cetera. We tend to do it to all of them, whether it's 2 or 3 stories, because we're trying to future-proof our HMOs, that if the regulations change in a year, 2 years, 5 years' time, we're ahead of the game. So I suppose we've tried to do that in every aspect of it, whether it be the design, the colour. We try and design it in a way, so if you see our colours, we've got greys and darker colours, so we don't have to, they don't get scratched, you don't see marks.
Yeah, you and Malkit have told me over the years, more recently, particularly where you've unified the properties, is that it's also practical when there's accidents or something needs replacing, you've got spares.
Yeah, that's sort of twofold, because number one, you can buy in bulk, so you save on purchasing, and secondly, if something does go wrong, you have spares kept in your warehouse or your office, and you have spares that replace it.
I'm sure you've heard over the years, which goes in line with that people that build their new HMOs and they said it's the best one in the street, they've gone over and above. What's your opinion on all that?
I've got to be careful because we're on camera, but I think, look, it's very easy for people to get lost in that world and try and be a bit too emotional and personal with it. It's a business at the end of the day, so you've got to be realistic. You want to design it in a way where you don't want to come back, ideally in 10 years, and start fixing major issues and everything else. You want it to be durable, long-lasting, so everything you do it is a business. Make sure you have it done at the right price, you're saving money, and it's long-lasting. So when people are doing these little fancy artworks and this, that, the other, yeah, it's all nice. But at the end of the day, when you get a tenant coming in, they could ruin it, something could happen, then you've got to replace it.
It goes against what you were just saying. If it's a one-off, they've got to replace that one-off.
Yeah,
and how much does that cost them?
Exactly, so you've got to be careful. So for me...
You've got practicality, but also you don't get your money back on it because it's a valuer won't give you a benefit for that.
No.
Because they do it on a market basis.
Yep, they obviously look at the finish, make sure it's done nicely, but obviously, as you said, it's bricks and mortar and it's a rental income.
Yeah.
They're the key factors to it.
And we've also, I think one of the things which I've learned over the years is you have to distance yourself. It's not a property you're going to live in.
No.
And it's not, you don't do it, not belittling it, but you don't do it to a standard that you would want. You do it to a standard that is practical for the business.
Do you know what? I think it's a bit of both what you just said. Yeah. You do it to a standard where, I mean, we look at it and I look at a bathroom, I look at the bedroom and say, right, would I live in this property? So it has to be to a certain extent what we like.
I didn't mean it like, what I meant is you don't personalise it.
No, so you don't want to go there and say, actually, this has to be this colour and that has to be this and this. No, You make it so it's nice for you to live in, so it's good enough for us.
Yeah.
But at the same time, all the colour scheme and everything else has to be in a way where it's going to last you a long time. It's a business, period.
Yeah.
That's what people have to understand. It is a business.
And moving on from that, your journey was buy-to-let HMOs, a little bit touched on then commercial to, not a little bit, so commercial to multi-unit properties, and now commercial to resi conversions, including HMOs.
Yeah, I think.
So how did that all evolve?
I think we've been doing that for, I don't know the dates off my head, but it's been probably over 10 years that we've been doing commercial residential. So you've got a lot of people in the market right now talking about commercial residential, stroke, commercial to multi-let, multi-unit. We've been doing it for a long time.
So moving on from that then, I know you've moved into the education side.
Yep.
Because you're not shy about telling everybody what you've done.
Nope.
Or how to do it.
Nope.
And not, you don't hide things.
Nope.
Where do you see the market or your next evolution on the property market?
Oh, I don't know if I've saying this on camera. I can't be telling you all this. We have got something in the pipeline. It's probably a natural progression and for us to evolve into this industry. I think it is quite natural. I can't tell you.
You're not going to tell me, are you?
No, I can't.
So really, people have just got to keep watching the podcast.
It's not something
watch your social media.
It's not something so different.
Knowing you two, you will launch it. You will tell everyone.
No, we are going to do it. Look, even the education side. So we have launched the education side. But it's doing well. We haven't gone, 100% into the market with it at the moment. Not because we don't want to, but there's little tweaks that we have fixed now, which we think they need to be added to it. And on top of that, the thing is, we're actually quite busy.
Yeah.
Education side, it's honestly, it is. Don't get me wrong. There's a monetary side to it that you make money, yes, but we're actually trying to help people. So if people actually look at the education side compared to a lot of our competitors, if you like, you're going to see a lot more that comes from us because we actually give our blueprint and black and white. Everything is there for people to do, and sort of once they see our blueprint, they can go and do the same as us. Whereas a lot of people, I'm not saying that I haven't studied anybody else's, but I hope everybody else will do it the same way. But what we've got planned now, we had a meeting on Tuesday, and I think we're going to have another meeting next week, discuss it. But yeah, it's interesting. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe a fifth one over here we have to add. So.
That means you've got to get a new sign.
Yeah, I know. Everything has to change. But no, it's good. It's good. We've acquired.
So all we're saying then is people need to keep watching you to find out what your next avenue is.
Or watch you, because you're always with us anyway. So watch one of us.
Excellent.
But yeah.
All right, thanks for your time today.
Cheers,
that's Sanjay Kumar from Savoys. Watch the podcast, it'll be released, and just keep an eye on all social media outlets.